Good day, Clifton Pruitt here to show you one of my listings that sold over asking price. It's only sold in 3 days in the middle of a global pandemic. Give you a quick overview here. So this is the front yard. The client's been super busy, so I made a punch list of things to do. He added the mulch to get it fresh. This was busted up concrete. It was all replaced right there also. This front yard was just kind of a muddy mess at the moment, and it went all the way up to the house. So we've added beds, pine straw and seed, at least the appearance of trying to grow things, and this nice walkway with some stones to touch it off. This gave it a lot more curb appeal for the house. You don't have to spend a ton of money to make a home just extra that people will really want. Some of these posts were still their natural state. They were painted fresh and white, fresh gray paint on the porch. Lovely, like the flowers are out here. All the bushes are new and planted. You will get that money back if you do it right. The gentleman had, this is fresh hardy plank and paint and so forth from about 3 years ago, I believe. Here's the living room. The whole house was freshly painted. This is a light gray, which is the popular color at the moment. It was just kind of yellow. I think this was a light blue in here. The wainscoting got fresh paint, all the trim, even the cabinets were in need of paint. So there were no doors on the uppers. The paint had been a while, so it had kind of yellowed out, and there were no doors on the bottom. They were covered in curtains. It was a cute look, but we put while they were painting, we had them paint all the bottoms, put everything on, new pulls, fresh pulls. The refrigerator is super nice, so that was already good. New range, that was, where's my light switch? New range hood. Those are only maybe $60. The other one was just older, white, leftover. If you can see, this is Formica, but the color and everything was up to date. This came off Craigslist. It is a very nice double oven. It was still about $1,000, but that is a 24-inch wide. That is hard to find. Your appliances have to be nice. They don't have to be over the top, Viking, Bosch, and so forth, but people will pay extra for done. Not everybody wants a renovation. It took them a while to find the right one, but once they did, I mean, it's an excellent shape. It's big enough to hold a turkey, and it's a double. So you get to go, you're good. Some stuff we had to do, let me show you. Here's a nice 2-car garage, and again, that just got paint, just freshened up. All the scratches on the walls and so forth that accumulate. This was a mudroom door that went straight out to the driveway. That window was fresh, and it was had no drywall installed on it. And we'll get to the master bath. It was missing drywall in a few spots, and we'll cover that. People want done, so we had them drywall it, patch it. Let's go back here and show you the master. We got more drywall patch. This turned out beautifully. This right here, the house is from the 80s, but if you know a lot like the 70s and so forth, this door, this was a makeup counter only, no sinks. There was a wall right here, and then there was another door right here. This is not a large bathroom. But when they removed the wall, they did not patch and so forth. It was just a 2x4 hanging down, had nails hanging out of it. People look at that, and sometimes they just look at something. It might be a couple $100 to fix, but they think it's thousands. So fix it yourself. Get somebody to do it before you list your house. Do things now. Get yourself a new vanity. Enjoy it for 6 months to a year while you're planning on selling, before you move. Enjoy it a little bit. After 15, 20 years, styles change. So you're right back to where you are. Let's get back to this. So this was all painted, patched. There's new can lights were installed. This, between the missing sections of the wall and some wallpaper, this is actually 1/4 inch drywall. It's thinner than 1/2 inch. It's 1/4 inch. So it went over the other drywall, drilled in, taped, painted, patched, and mudded, so that it's just faster and easier sometimes than peeling a bunch of wallpaper, fixing all that repairs. It sticks places it doesn't come off. There used to be a very small vanity here. Just as an option, we left the plumbing out. This was actually a stereo cabinet that came from Goodwill. So nice little touches. I mean, glass doors. It's got a nice bevel to it. And then it was just painted a dark gray to, match the mirrors and so forth. Very nice vanity. I don't recall where they got it, but vanity like this now, $1,500 roughly. I mean, the granite top 15, 20 years ago would have cost you $1,500 alone. So I consider those values now. Laminate flooring, nice, beautiful gray color, came out wonderful. Under it is the original linoleum. That stuff had to be done. The whole house paint, on a house like this, I want to say that's $4 grand. I think that was buddy price, so we'll call it like $4 grand, I believe. It looks great. It's done. It's not the multiple colors you wind up as you own a home over time. It's all uniform and so forth. They did not, which kind of, so this wallpaper now, at least the colors match, but the wallpaper here and in here, everything is updated, even the floor. They didn't get into this. Again, wallpaper can be messy depending on how it's put on. Sometimes this could have been 1/4 inch drywall and covered, and it would have been fine, but it's mission creep is what I call it. So more drywall in there. That could have been another, it could have turned into $800. Removing all this, covering it. They did fresh carpet, fresh linoleum. I'm a big fan, depending on the remodel, the area you're in, you can get by with just a steam clean. He knew that the carpet was kind of end of life, and he had several pets in here, so they went on ahead and did new carpet, new pad, and fixed various things. Get my lights going here. But again, all fresh paint throughout. New carpet. The ceiling fans were here. They were white. These windows had just been installed, so there was no trim. It was kind of open, and the window size had changed a little bit, so it had been spray foamed, but none of this trim was here. And again, just like downstairs, all this was patched and fixed, and now it looks beautiful. Here was just the closet. New shelving unit. It had the wire shelves in it. All that was removed, patched, and now it's got a proper shelving unit. And I'm going to point out, this is a lot nicer. These are pre-primed, smooth. So for what the wire shelving costs, you can see this is just a little 1x tucked right there. This is a 8 or 10 inch shelf with just wire brackets and a dowel. This one needs another in the middle, but it's just a cleaner, nicer look, and it slides. So when you have a lot of shirts and so forth, it's just a lot nicer way to go. Don't paint the rod because all the paint will scratch and it hangs up. Again, these were new windows. The trim was not installed. The bookshelves now pop. They were just kind of over there. I want to say this room before was robin egg blue. New carpet. Several new doors and trim. The dogs had gotten into some of this, so some doors are new, but new hardware on all of them. New flooring in here. But like I mentioned with the carpet and stuff, every remodel is mission creep is what you have to maintain. The most expensive words in real estate are while we're at it. If you're doing a remodel, if you're doing a straight flip, it is for profit. That is the only goal. On a remodel like this, that is the original. I think this was brass. That is just taken down and spray painted. That saves $30 on a light fixture. Didn't get into the vanity. Fresh coat of paint, new pools, new flooring. Cute, you know, cute and new stuff there. What's that, 30 bucks at Bed Bath & Beyond, if that? Original shower. Even got the little stickers in there. That's okay, because if you touch that shower, just to replace that plastic liner is over $1,000. If you start getting into tile, you are going to blow your budget out. Again, new carpet, fresh paint. They even went through the stairs, did I think a linseed oil or something, kind of rubbed them in, let them soak it up. It's got a nice shine to everything. Right back out onto the front porch. See how it just draws you in. Nice landscape stone. You already had a nice, whatever that is, like an Anderson, nice glass door on it. Bookshelves. This one was missing the doors because it was all stereo. And that covers probably some damage from, there was a huge television mounted there. Actually, you can see where some cables and power came out. The television was mounted above there on a large pivoting mount. And here, I already had nice appliances. I mentioned the 24-inch stove, which is fairly hard to find. New light fixtures. These were, this is an LED strip. A lot of them are, you can change the tone of them. I have this in my kitchen, one very similar. Mine's actually a workshop light, but it's sleek, so I got it. Just a new fixture here to show off everything. This is a nice Pella door from a minute ago. The deck was pressure washed, so it looks a lot better than it did. There's a lot of leaves here, so that got into it. Just they accumulate and things get dirty and moldy. So this was all pressure washed. It doesn't look like they sprayed any like oil or anything on it. Let the next guy decide if they want to stain it, oil it, whatever. The roof in this house is very good condition. The siding is in excellent condition. Roofing, siding, things like that on a remodel are very expensive. A roof like this could be eaves and so forth. I mean, that could be $8,000 real quick. But that protects your entire structure. So people, one large question you'll see is how old is the roof? So sometimes if it's a 15, 20-year-old roof, go on and replace it. You'll get your money back out of potential buyers. Something like that is more of a dollar for dollar versus, you know, a new master bath in there. Say it cost them $2,000, it made them $6,000. I mean, that's the math of it. The new siding, when they did the siding, they had to tear out a lot of this to get down to do their flashings and tie it in. This is one of the things I recommended to the gentleman was you can't sell a house with, you know, 6 to a foot. This was dangerous. I mean, nobody with kids is going to come in there and want that. So we had all this repaired. The deck was pressure washed. So you can tell a little bit on the colors that is a new board hugging the house. All done. Up there's a nice, it's just more of a storage area for equipment. So some fresh gravel here. He already had this fire pit set up. And then nice, this is a metal border tucked in, and that holds the gravel back. Fire pits for legalities here, Suwanee, Georgia, Buford, most of Georgia. This is 36, I think it's allowed, and then things have to be gravel 6 feet back. Nice separate driveway, a little stack of chairs. This is a great wooded lot. It's 0.47 acres. He has, like myself, a leaf problem. All this was covered in leaves. It's rained a lot this year. They were matted, they were wet. They blew what they could, mowed it several times and shredded it. And then back here, you'll see that's just a stack. So that could actually be recovered area, burn it where it stands, whatever you want to do. and get it out. This property actually had a very nice, this is non-HOA. Lake Lanier is right around the corner. So this is a fully permitted carport shed area, bus height. So if you have a Class C RV, you can fit in there. Around here, there's a lot of express cruisers. 27's a pretty popular size because you can tow it and you can back it in right there and not pay $300, $400, $500 a month for a slip. But gravel, little storage shed for your mowers, chainsaws. But this was a very nice house. I think the final outlay for everything wasn't unreasonable. I'm guessing around, say, 15. They did a lot of work themselves. It would have cost me 15 to 20 easily. He did a lot of the repairs themselves, and he got it back almost over kind of what it was worth maybe a year ago. He got almost $100,000 more. Then it just did not show well, and little things make it better for your future purchaser. Because look, you just come in, it's all the tones and grays that people want. There's no, as someone buying a house who's getting ready to plunk down 20-something thousand dollars for your deposit, you don't have 5 or 10 grand left for a new roof, for carpet, for things. So just get your home, get it looking pretty. You don't have to be excessive about things. Pick your battles on what people see, and use good quality equipment and people to work with you to get things done, and you will get that return on your dollar. Thank you. This has been Clifton Pruitt. I'm here in Beaufort, Georgia right now, which is right next to Suwanee and Sugar Hill, where we're situated. And here's the Shoal Creek filter plant. But this home sold in 3 days for over asking. We have not closed yet, so I cannot disclose that. But give me a call, 678-215-4957. Clifton, 678-215-4957. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day.